Here's what you missed on Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.
My Country 96.1 Phathead, Cande Roth, Cande out, actually away on a mini vacation. I got a picture yesterday of her down in Florida with a bunch of work friends. They're hanging out, visiting someone who moved down there, and looks like she's living it up, having a good time. So good for her. She'll be back Monday with the recap. We've got a little bit of rain this morning, but overall clearing out later. Going to be another decent day after the rain goes away, about 70 or so. Cools down a little bit on the weekend, 60s, and another great fall weekend. You get a chance to get out and enjoy as we hit November 1st. By the way, a happy birthday to my niece Lindsay, who, it's a good thing Candy's not here. She would ask me how old Lindsay is. I'm going to say 26. She could be 25. And I never remember. This is like an ongoing thing with me. I kind of have like a round figure sort of like, where my nieces, my nephew, their ages are. I'm gonna go with 26. There's a really good chance it could be 25. It's not 27. So there, I'm sticking with that. And a happy birthday to Lindsay. So big night for the Jets. I know the Jet fans were probably watching last night, and at halftime were like, "Oh no!" They were down. I think it was 7-0. One of their rookie wide receivers made a horrible play yesterday, pretty comparable to what the Yankees did in the 5th inning the other night. He just decided to drop the football before he walked into the end zone. Pretty atrocious. And then they came storming back in the second half, and the Jets season not dead yet. So good job by Aaron Rodgers and the crew last night. If you're a Jet fan, you can hold out a little bit of hope. Way to go. Reminder this weekend, and here we have some info for you. It is daylight savings time, the change. Daylight savings time ends, and then, we put the clocks back, right? I know we put the clocks back, but officially the term is daylight savings time ends because we're losing daylight. Sunday morning, 2 a.m. becomes 1 a.m. So when you go to bed Saturday night, you're going to get an extra hour. Yeah, you lose that hour of daylight, but you get an extra hour to party this Saturday, tomorrow. Before you go to bed Saturday, if you have a clock that has to be changed manually, throw it back 1 hour. 28% of people not looking forward to the time change. I mean, you gain the hour, but you lose the daylight going forward, and it's not fun. Doesn't feel good. It's going to be dark by the time we hit December 21st, which is like the shortest day of the year. It's going to be dark at like 4:30 in the afternoon or something crazy. 41% of people don't really care about the time change. They think people blow it out of proportion. Whatever, dark, light, clocks, doesn't matter. 23%, about a quarter of the people, say they're looking forward to it. They like the darker evenings of fall and winter. Okay. And then there's this. There's a couple of funny things here. One of them at the end is pretty laughable. So 63% of people say they would like to see the clock changing twice a year abolished. And I know they talked about it in Congress, or they were going to get rid of it. So 63% of people want to completely get rid of it. Another 20% don't care, whichever way you go, that's fine. 41% of people said the federal government should just decide on a plan, have everyone do the same thing, stick with it. But this is the funny one. I love this. 35% of people. This is our country, by the way. This is a great statement about the society that we live in as we head towards a presidential election. 35% of people think that individual states, not timelines, individual states should be able to choose what they want to do with the clocks. So, like, legitimately, you could be driving from New York to New Jersey and, whatever time we pick, like, New Jersey wants to stay an hour back or an hour ahead. It's so fun. Like, it's not even worth talking about because it's very funny and it's just a statement about our society. It will never happen, obviously, that every state gets to choose. I mean, while we're at it, how about every person just picks what time they want it to be? Whether they, it's 9 a.m. for you, it's 1 p.m. for you. It doesn't, you pick where you want to be and at what time. And you know what? If you don't want to keep that appointment, who cares? Pick your own time. Go. That's the society we live in. Pick your own time society. It's absurd. But me personally, not looking forward to the darkness. I like the light. I hate the heat of the summer, but I like the light. I like when we start to move forward with the light and, it's light at 7, 8 o'clock, 8:30 at night. It feels great. And another note, on a serious note, you do have a lot of people in the wintertime get depressed, and people who suffer with depression, any form, even if it's a small form of anxiety or depression, they suffer when we turn the clocks back and you have more darkness. It's a sadder time. So if you have anyone in your life that is like that or suffers from anything, just keep an eye on them and, check in on them every once in a while, because that is a real thing in the wintertime. Plenty more to get to this morning. At 7:47, we will discuss some more wacky things, like no shoes at work. We'll see if that's a thing. How long you're willing to wait for food to come to your table when you're out. We'll get into that. Which bands, which music, which all forms, all genres, which bands have the most diverse lyrics? We'll get into that as well. I have a little bone to pick on this one as well. And plenty more to do. A reminder, if you didn't get the memo already, we're turning the clocks back Sunday morning, 2 a.m., so Saturday night before bed. If you have those anything manual you got to turn, you can do it before you go to bed Saturday night. We'll get into the Secret Holiday Show, more on that as well. Big night coming up next Thursday for our new Thursday night at Bullsmith's Tavern. We'll delve to that as well. 8 o'clock hour, you will get your Bald and the Beautiful National Days, good news stories, a lot of great stuff here on a Friday, November 1st. And away we go. My Country, 96.1.
Phathead and Cande in the morning, weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.